Welcome again. Now our topic is the adverbs of degree, Professional English 1. Okay, the adverbs of degree are words that will tell us the degree of something, the intensity, the level of something. For example, freezing, extremely, cold, fairly cold, boiling, extremely hot. Okay? To the left of the scale we have the adverbs, and to the right we have some words that can help us identify how intense is the adverb we are using. Okay, in other words, the adverbs of degree tell us about how much of something goes with the idea we are talking about. Okay, could be not very, a bit, extremely, really, whatever. Okay, the adverbs of degree are used to discuss the degree or intensity of an adjective, an action, or another adverb. The adjective is a word that qualifies a noun. An action is also expressed through a verb and another adverb. Okay, for example, very wet. Very is the adverb of degree, wet is the adjective. Already finished. Already is the adverb of degree, finished is a verb that is in the passive. And too slowly, too, the adverb of degree, slowly, another adverb of degree. Too slowly, okay? Adverbs can modify verbs, adjectives, nouns, and other adverbs, as we see before. The adverbs of degree can be used in many situations in the English language. The weather was extremely dry. The bus will be absolutely crowded. So we have two words that express a high intensity of something. In the first, dryness is extremely dry. In the second, a lot of people in an only bus. Adverbs of degree are also usually used before the adjective, adverb, or verb that they modify, even when we have some exceptions. For example, the meal was very spicy and too hot. Okay? Some examples of adverbs of degree are too, enough, very, extremely, and we have different usages for the adverbs of degree. To modify a verb, we have adverbs that modify the intensity of the action, telling us how much of an action has been done or realized. Modifying a verb also means that we can modify the intensity of an adverb. And to modify an adjective, we modify the quality or character of something or someone or whatever. For example, he talks excessively all the time. In this case, excessively is the adverb that modifies the verb talk. And notice that in this case, the adverb goes after the verb. In the next example, we have he talked extremely fast. In this case, fast is an adverb, and extremely is also an adverb. So, what is modified is fast through the adverb extremely. In the third example, we have extremely. He's extremely talkative. Talkative is the adjective. It refers to somebody who talks a lot, and extremely is modifying this adjective. It means that he talks a lot, too much, too many words, whatever. Okay? Then we have more examples. He rather loves his audiences. Rather modifies love, the verb love. Rather well. He communicates rather well. Rather is modifying the adverb well. He's rather attractive. Rather modifies the adjective attractive. In this case, hardly modifies stop. He hardly stops to breath. The verb is stop, and the adverb modifies it, hardly stops. He reasons very quickly. Very is modifying the adverb quickly. Okay, very quickly. His ratings are very high. In the third example, we have very modifying the adjective high. That means that this a bit tall, or it has a lot of altitude. Okay. We use the adverbs of degree before the adjective or adverb. The water was extremely cold. Before the main verb, he was just leaving, almost finished. The verb is leaving. In this case, we have the past continuous. Do you remember in the previous lesson? Almost finished. Almost is the adverb, and finished is a verb in the passive form. We have more examples. She doesn't quite know. Quite know. Quite is modifying know. They are completely exhausted. Completely exhausted. Completely is modifying exhausted. That we can analyze exhausted in two forms. Is an adjective or the passive form of the verb. I'm too tired to go out tonight. Too tired. Too modifies the adjective tired. He hardly noticed. Notice is the verb, and hardly is the adverb that modifies it. When she was saying, remember the second part of this expression is in the past continuous. We can identify adverbs. For example, they are almost finished. Finished is an adjective or the passive form of the verb, and we have almost as the adverb. This cake is absolutely wonderful. The adverb is absolutely. The temperature. The adverb is barely. Here, frozen is the participle form of a verb that is acting as an adjective, and we have completely as the adverb. We felt incredibly lucky after winning tickets. Here we have incredibly as the adverb, and terribly. My teacher is terribly upset. In the first, almost modifies the participle form of a verb that acts as an adjective. This cake is absolutely wonderful is modifying an adjective. Barely above freezing is modifying an adverb and an adjective, and completely frozen modifying an adjective. Incredibly lucky modifying an adjective again, and terribly upset is also modifying an adjective. Okay, let's check how could you understand this. Please get ready. Okay, what is the correct option to complete the sentences? Obviously, we are practicing adverbs. So, which of the two options is an adverb? Good or really? What is the meaning of good? It's a quality. It's opposite to bad. And what is the meaning of really? Oh, really is an adverb. So, our option is B. Let's see. Try to identify the adverbs that complete the sentences. In the first, the garden is... we have two adverbs as choices. Which one goes better? Which one completes the sentence in a coherent form? Very or enough? Okay, very is the adverb of degree as we mentioned before. I am just exhausted to work anymore. We have too and hardly. Both are adverbs, but hardly doesn't make any sense in this case. So, in this case, light. Is this suitcase light for you to carry? Almost or enough? Let's check the answers. Remember, we have two adverbs, but which one makes sense in the third option? Okay, very beautiful. Too exhausted, because hardly exhausted doesn't make any sense. And in the third option, enough. Enough, what is the meaning of enough? That has the exact amount of something. So, light enough to carry. Okay. B. This is an extremely complicated issue because so doesn't make any sense. Okay? In the fourth, enough or gladly? Enough doesn't make any sense. So our answer would be in number 5. We should eat a. So doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Yes, greatly respected. That teacher, lucky of him, that teacher is greatly respected. And in number 5, we should eat a perfectly balanced diet. Thank you. We'll be meeting next time. Please enjoy and study. Review this once or twice again. Thank you. Bye.